So, the title of this video is going to be Don't Take Opportunities for Granted, or somewhere along those lines. And the reason why I'm talking about this idea in the first place is because I really made a big mistake. So, I kind of wanted to make this video to serve kind of like a reminder to myself on how I should really take opportunities in the future, and and from this mistake how I can improve upon what I've just done. And because this is a self-improvement channel, I think it's only important for me to understand that in every mistake I make in my life I can always improve from it. So here I am. So yes, the mistake I made was, despite me making all these self-help videos, all this journaling, you know, and my perception of myself as someone who's very hardworking on everything he's given, I realized that I still sometimes make stupid mistakes, you know, and a recent mistake I want to talk about is how I took a once in a lifetime opportunity for granted. So, just to give some background, in my university in Indonesia, they were going to create a new executive board for AMSA, or the organization for medical students in Asia, but specifically in my university. And I was given the opportunity, a very, very good opportunity, to kind of sign up as one of these executive board members, being a head of one of the divisions, which is like really amazing. But I didn't really feel as excited, and it's just so stupid of me, because it was my friend who's the representative of the organization, so he's kind of like the biggest leader. So I thought I could I'm sorry to say, I thought I could just nepo my way out, because I didn't think a lot of people would just register. So I thought I could just bullshit my way and I'd still be accepted. And I just got the results, and clearly that was not the case. It was so bad. I did not prepare an interview. I did not prepare anything before the interview, I mean. And in the steps, and my CV was probably the worst CV I've ever written. I use a lot of ChatGPT. In fact, I didn't even write half of it, because I was hanging out with my friends and I told them to just write down, okay, it was just me, okay, this is just me just yapping and ranting about how bad I did of a performance during the interview process, and how because of that I really just lost a once in a lifetime big opportunity. So I'm trying to take everything that has happened to me, and I think an important thing is, it's not what happens to you, even though it's clearly my mistake, but it's not what happens to you in the present. It's how you respond and move forward. And for that, I am going to try and scrape any possible lessons that I can take. So I wrote a bit here. So the reason of this mistake was I didn't take these opportunities seriously. I didn't take this once in a lifetime opportunity in particular seriously. And I think it's important that when we're given opportunities, we do take them seriously. And I'm not saying hustle and give it 150%, but when given an opportunity that could possibly give you lots of experience, you just better take it, and not take it you better not take it for granted, and actually contribute. You have to actually add in a certain level of effort, and I clearly did not give any effort. And yes, that's the main thing I wanted to say. When given any opportunity, actually appreciate it and try your best. Not telling you to hustle or grind, just do your best, you know? and you can learn a lot from doing your best rather than regret what you could have done, which is what I'm currently feeling right now. And the second thing I want to talk about, or the second lesson I would say, was as I was reflecting, I realized how when we that humans make lots of mistakes, and whether you like it or not, we will make mistakes, like really big ones, and ones where we can be thinking about how stupid we were. Life will hit you like a truck, and mistakes are inevitable. But I think one important aspect of life is to keep our heads high. When we make a mistake, when we realize in the present our own failures, and it could be something that we could have changed or couldn't have changed, I think what's most important is we find a way to kind of look forward, and um, kind of keep our heads high up, because it isn't what has happened to you, it's how you respond and how you move forward. So when you deal with a mistake such as this, such as bombing an opportunity where you didn't try as hard as you should, the next best thing to do is to prove yourself that through this mistake you can be a better person, to prove yourself that you are better than these failures, and that these failures have actually taught you something. Because if anything, a fool is a man who doesn't learn from his mistakes is a fool. Yes, thank you all. That's from me.